Hey guys, and welcome to our very first episode of Legacy Boss Podcast. I am your host, Shauna Klein, and this is Marcy K. And we are here to launch this very first podcast all about becoming legacy bosses. And we're so excited that you guys are here. If you have not subscribed to wherever you get your podcasts, do that so you don't miss any, as well as make sure that you log into our YouTube channel, Legacy Boss, where we'll have all of these videos. So if you're more of a live listener and you like to have video interaction, that would be for you. So anyways, so we just figured we'd jump on here really short for our very first podcast and talk a little bit about ourselves and kind of introduce you to us if you are not familiar with us up to this point, and tell a little bit about our journey, just a little short snippet, and why you guys should be listening to us. So Marcy, I'm gonna have you start, just talk a little bit about what you do and a little bit about your journey.
Okay. Well, I probably would say being a mom is like my full-time job, more than that. I'm married to my best friend, so that takes time.
For sure.
And then I have a handful of businesses. I found entrepreneurship in my direct selling company, still with them, have a blast. And then I actually have a couple products. So I have a couple subscription boxes.
Yeah.
Love that model of business.
Amazing.
It is. And then I do coaching. So that's super fun. And I'm a busy gal.
And she hasn't told you yet, she has 7 kids.
Lucky number 7, right?
7 children. So just by default, and one of those sets is twins, so the youngest ones. So by default, she gets like the crown of like multitasking mom boss, because that's the thing. We always talk about doing your business in the cracks of your life, right? So it doesn't have to be a either or, it can be an and that's something that one of the things we talk about. We actually met a couple years ago in a Facebook group, if you all can imagine, when we both felt like the pull to really start doing private coaching and teaching. And so it was kind of fun. And, we're actually in Dallas. She lives on the West Coast and I live on the East Coast. So getting a chance to see each other, we kind of meet in the middle. So we figured that we would get together for this very first few podcasts and do them in person.
And yay! We get to hug. 2 years we've been talking.
Yeah.
On Zooms, on the phone.
Yeah, and then the Rona.
Email. Yeah, then the Rona. Golly. And so then it's like, let's meet in the middle. So Dallas was just hello.
Yeah.
It's Dallas.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, if you don't know who I am, I'm Shauna Klein. I call myself a serial entrepreneur, and it's really not that much of the title, but I own several businesses. I am a product-based boss as well as a creative, and so we own a product-based company that does a lot of different things. We do wholesale, retail. I also am a creative and have my own creative lines as well, and that. And so, as well as teach and coach inside of a company called the Innovative Maker, where we train creatives how to start and run their business. And then coaching and teaching. I love this aspect of being able to take a topic of business and then really niche down to it, because there's so many things out there for bosses who want to sell a service.
Yes.
Like their product is all about a coaching or teaching or courses.
A digital creation.
Yeah, it's not like a hold in your hand product. And that is such a different monster.
Yeah, I was gonna say beast. Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, because it is, you have to source, you have to inventory, you have to ship, you have to store, you have to do like inventory.
Handle it.
Yeah. And
all those things.
And then it's a customer service thing too, because it's driven by a customer service oriented model. Whereas like, it's not just like, hey, click on this link, download my course, hope you get great value of it, which those are all awesome things. And we absolutely do those things, but we have not stepped out of the product-based game just because we are working with other product-based businesses to help them grow. So it's keeping some skin in the game.
Yeah, we're in the muck.
Yeah, but also knowing how to walk through those landmines that we have ourselves stepped in.
Yes.
I think that's super, like you have the battle scars.
Yes. And learning really is growth. When there's no failure. So take that off.
Fail forward.
Everything is a learning experience. And when you take it as that, you go, okay, I just totally botched that, but guess what? I learned to never do that again, and we're going to move forward. So we're very authentic.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to tell you. You don't know I'm going to say this. So you probably know now. We were recording this, almost done, and we realized we had our microphone on mute.
Yeah, we did. Totally.
Like we will never do that again. But that's the thing. It's like you have to learn, and you have to have fun with it, and you have to. Yes, it's serious because it's your business, it's your baby, it's your purpose, it's your dream. But you have to take those things with stride and be like, well, that was fun practice. Take two. Like we need a little take two.
Our outtakes would be really fun.
Oh my gosh. What? Did you delete that video? Because that would almost be fun. Be like, and there's no words. We could like sub them in just saying strange things.
But it's super important to understand that we as human beings love this comfort spot, and we do not like feeling like we're out of control. We don't know what we're doing. And the thought process of failing forward is so foreign to us. And so the greatest people in history, right? Like Edison, you take someone who, you guys, he made 1,000 attempts on how to make a light bulb wrong.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, I figured out 1,000 ways to make this right. He only needed one right way. Yeah. He found 1,000 ways to make it incorrectly.
Yeah.
And the time and time again of going, I am just so close, but there's something wrong. It's just that it is that constant, courageous action taker that says messy action is better than no action at all.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, as kids, we heard no how many times? A million.
It's like your first formative, like reactionary word, right?
And some kids, it's their first word is no, because they've heard it so much.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden as adults, we go, we're an adult, and we freak out when we hear no. Yeah. Or that something didn't work.
Yeah.
Or that someone tells us no, or a customer cancels on us and we're like, oh, it's like, why?
Well, I know, so I spent so many years in the sales and marketing world, and I remember so many of my colleagues would get so frustrated because they'd hear the word no.
Yeah.
And I was like, no does not mean no forever. No may mean no for right now.
Yeah.
And hey, listen, can I circle back with you in 6 months, and then end up blaming those sales. And then the people wasn't the right timing, or they needed to get other things into place. And, I think that's one of the things that product-based bosses that really struggle with, is because we're expecting like this, we see everything as this now generation, like the microwave generation, like it's done, or you see somebody on TikTok was like, you want to know how I made $100,000 in my first weekend launch? And people are like, yes. And they're like, buy my course. And they're like, that's how they made their $100,000 was because somebody bought the course to teach them how to make $100,000 in the first launch weekend, which that product-based person is going, I sell lipsticks. Like, how am I supposed to translate $100,000 in a weekend launch and lipsticks? Like, it's just a total different mindset.
There's a disconnect there too.
Yeah, because we're not being authentic with, hey, guess what? There are steps that you have to take in order to get from point A to point B. And I'm sorry, we can definitely get on people's shoulders and implement things that will help speed the process along. But there are certain things that I have found in business, there are no shortcuts on.
No.
And some things you can be like, oh, okay, well, I can learn from this person because, they've got the hacks on YouTube, and they understand how to manipulate the system and getting around things to kind of help with that trajectory. But then there are other things you just have the school of hard knocks. You just have to learn it. You just got to put the skin in the game.
Yeah. Well, there's no quantum leap. No. And I think everybody wants that. Now, the random person wins the mega Powerball, right?
Well,
but that's money. That's not a purpose.
Right.
But there's no quantum leap. And so if anyone out there is having someone in a product-based or really anything tell you, get this and here's the quantum leap to success, y'all run.
Yeah.
Because that's not there. And that's not the focus. Like, and what I think a lot of people fail to talk about is their very beginnings. And that's what I'm excited with our podcast is like, we haven't reached the 7-figure, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We're still moving forward, but we're excited to tell you about the beginning steps. We're excited to tell you about that. And that person who did make $20,000 in 1 month on TikTok, believe me, they have a past of so much they worked on to get to the place, to have a course, to sell it, to be comfortable on TikTok, to make these videos. But you don't know that. And so we think, oh, they're brand new on TikTok. They just started and look what they did.
Yeah.
So don't, take those things with a grain of salt and run from anyone saying there's a quantum leap.
Yeah. Because it's really, it's learning how to, like, the great responsibilities given to people, right, who have the skin in the game. Like you don't get to move to the next level until you've gotten, the badges to prove. And I think it's the same way in business, is that you really have to, at some level, understand the process.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you just all of a sudden exponentially hit that spot, you're going to collapse immediately because you have no idea.
No foundation.
And so, super, super important. So anyway, that's what the Legacy Boss is all about. Guys, we're not trying to, throw something against the wall and hope it sticks. This is a very systematic approach to how to grow. But guys, we don't want just legacy like 20 years from now. We want the legacy to be in our life now, and in 20 or 40 or 80 years, and what we leave. So buckle in. We are going to take this ride together and have some amazing aha moments. But guys, we're going to learn a lot of things together as well. And we're just super excited that you guys are here. Like I said, if you are new, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, as well as the one wherever you get your podcasts. We'd love to have you with us, and we want to make sure you guys get that alert when we have our next podcast. They will be weekly, so make sure you don't miss any. As well as you can visit our website, legacy-boss.com, and get more information. And we will see you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye.